Namaste everyone, myself is Sarika Reddy and today I am going to continue the third chapter of history from class 10th. This is the part third of our chapter, and in this part 3 we are going to study these different points. In part first we have ended with the non-cooperation movement. So just once again we will recall non-cooperation movement, then we should move on to the coming task. Okay. So what are the impact of non-cooperation movement? The first thing is surrendering of the titles. Second one is surrendering of the foreign goods. Next one is boycotting the government schools and colleges and government jobs as well. So in this way, when non-cooperation movement was launched by Gandhiji, then the students left the schools and colleges and people left government jobs and khadi was adopted everywhere. So in this way, non-cooperation movement got started. People surrendered their titles also, but there was no effect on the life of people when they surrendered the titles. But when these initiatives took place, when students left the schools and colleges and people left their government jobs and the other alternative khadi was adopted by the people, that completely changed the people's way of living. How? Because the students are not having any other alternative to go to schools or colleges so that they will accomplish their education. So what they have to do? They have to come back to those schools and colleges again, as they were not having any other alternative. Okay, when people left their government jobs, so they should have another option also. But as Gandhiji started non-cooperation movement, there were no suggestion or no alternative for their other source of income. So government jobs, when they left, okay, so when people left government jobs, so they are not having any other alternative of the other jobs. Okay, so their source of income got disturbed. In this way, this also is fruitless. Next is khadi was adopted. Khadi was adopted, but at that time people used to make khadi, but that is not of that much fine quality, as well as it was expensive as compared to British brought goods also, British brought textile also. So that's why it is not very effective. So indirectly we can say that non-cooperation movement did not get that much momentum. And one more reason is there, that non-cooperation movement did not get momentum because it was turning to violent measures also. And as we have already discussed, that Gandhiji started the movement on the basis of satyagraha, which means truth and non-violence. But when people were misunderstanding the concept of Gandhiji's philosophy, so Gandhiji have to think to stop the movement again. Okay, so in this way, non-cooperation movements are having different trends or different attitude towards the movement. And one more thing, that because of the non-cooperation, everywhere the political parties, the political leaders, they decided to boycott the elections also. But when they boycott elections, they were thinking that they should not be cooperating Britishers, but only one political party, that is Justice Party of Madras. What these political leaders were thinking, those who belong to Justice Party, what they thought, that when they want the action against Britishers, so they should have to be a part of political activities also, and they will be a part of political activities only when they should be involved in elections. So all over India there was a boycott of elections, but only Justice Party that belongs to Madras took part in elections. But even though they did not get victory in this election and they got failed. So in this way, this is all about different trends within the movements. This is the whole concept which is related to towns only, but it is having its impact in countryside, that means village area, as well as in plantation area also. Now let's move to other areas. What was its impact in countryside areas? Now let's see what happened in the countryside. Countryside means in the village areas, in the remote areas where villagers were living, the rural peoples were living. So what was the impact of non-cooperation movement in countryside? So let's begin with a person named Baba Ramchandra. Actually, he worked as an indentured labor in Fiji. Okay, what do you mean by indentured labor? Indentured labor means a person who is not provided with any sort of money, only he was provided with the basic needs, and he was taken to Fiji from Britishers to work over there as a bonded labor. So anyhow he managed to escape from that place and he returned to India. And where he went? He went to his own native place, that is Awadh. Okay, and this people, as he is aware about Gandhiji's movement everywhere in India, so he make the people, those who are related to his place, he make them aware that Gandhiji is following non-cooperation movement. He is urging the people that we should fight against Britishers by using non-violence methods. So in that way the people got too much inspired by him, and he started motivating the people to be involved in the non-cooperation movement. At the same time, when he was encouraging the people of Awadh, so at the same time in 1920 June, Jawaharlal Nehru went to Awadh, and Baba Ramchandra along with Jawaharlal Nehru took an initiative. And what they did over there, they called all the Nai and Dhobis, means those who are barbers and those who are washermen. They called all those people and urged them to be a part of non-cooperation movement. At that time, the non-Brahmins community and Brahmins community were not together. So what they tried, that they should be together. In this way, Odh Kisan Sabha was called, and in that way the movement got momentum in this area. And just the initiative was taken by Baba Ramchandra, and it is accompanied by Jawaharlal Nehru when he went over there in June 1920. Okay, the meeting he called was known as Odh Kisan Sabha. So this is the first incident that is related to countryside, means village area. Now the next movement is about tribal peasant, and this is related to a person named Alluri Sitaram Raju, and he belongs to Andhra Pradesh. What happened to this person? It was supposed that he is having some supernatural power. Even he was able to escape from the bullet shot also, and he can treat the people, or he can cure the people by using his magical powers. Actually, he was not using his magical powers, he was using the herbs which are available in the nature, but he is having his own impact over the tribal community in Andhra Pradesh. Okay, so what he did, he inspired the people that they have to give up liquor, they have to give up alcohol, and they have to be a part of freedom struggle which was started by Gandhiji. And he inspired the people as he make the people's life comfortable. So many people got inspired by him, and in this way they joined him. He make the people to be a part of non-cooperation movement, but he taught the people that they should be method should be violent. So in this area only, Alluri Sitaram Raju's perception is quite different from Gandhiji. Gandhiji want that the people should get freedom by using non-violence methods, but according to Alluri Sitaram Raju, we should have to oppose Britishers by using violent method also. In that way they will be away from our country only. But because of that reason only, Gudam Hills tribal people, that is the place in Andhra Pradesh, he taught them, he inspired them to be a part of guerrilla movement. Guerrilla movement, what do you mean by guerrilla movement? Actually the people used to hide themselves in the trees, on the long trees, and they attacked all of a sudden to the people. Such a type of movement or attack is known as guerrilla movement. So Alluri Sitaram Raju inspired people to be a part of guerrilla movement so that they will be actively participate in non-cooperation movement. In this way we can say that Alluri Sitaram Raju, Baba Ramchand, both these people were inspiring the people to be a part of non-cooperation movement, but that movement this is completely following non-cooperation, non-violence methods, and he is following the methods of violence. Okay, and guerrilla movement is a part of this. Okay, now last is plantation. When Gandhiji called non-cooperation movement, so many people got inspired. We studied about the people in the towns area, people in village area, and here are the two examples. In the same way, those who belongs to plantation area, they were sent to work in a plantation area as a labor. But what happened over there? Actually, they are not provided with so many facilities over there. Only they have to work over there, and they were not allowed to meet their relatives also. So when non-cooperation was started by Gandhiji, then what happened? The plantation laborers, what they thought, that they should be allowed to move to their places, and they should meet their relatives. So in such a way, the people was having misperception towards non-cooperation movement, and when they tried to go out of track, the movement was converted into violent methods. These plantation workers or laborers, what they did, without taking any permission from their authorities, they started moving from their place, and they tried to deny their rules. So in that way they were caught in the middle, and in that way they were punished. So this is having different impact in the village area as well as plantation area as well as in towns also. So Gandhiji at a certain level decided to call off non-cooperation movement. And what was the reason? That the movement was converting into violent method because of misperception of different people. Okay, this is all about today's part 3 of chapter. Now we are moving towards civil disobedience movement and salt march until the end of the chapter in our coming part 4th video. Thank you.